Well, or yeah, or not.
Yeah, I think. Oh shit, we're on the air. Hey guys, welcome into the Windows Sports Betting Podcast, where we try to turn a losing hobby into a legitimate side hustle. I am here with my brother, Dr. Rowdy James Hope, also known as Dr. Tater Nuts, semi-professional golfer. Probably should have gone pro. He gives us all the info we need for all the courses for all these majors. It is Father's Day weekend, and we're excited. He's coming to you live from Idaho. How are you, man?
Good man. Good man. Happy early Father's Day to you. But yeah, doing good. It's it's nice and warm here in the Ho. So I mean, it is going to be spicy this week here. It's this time of year. It's a
Yeah, I would
dry
say
heat,
warm. Like
right?
how warm?
Well, it'll be about the same as Atlanta, but no like humidity. But it gets so dry here that it feels weird. So it's good
Yeah,
though. I can't complain. Sitting here in Dad's house. It's nice. I
it's raining
once I get
balls
done
here,
here, I'm gonna
man.
go. Yeah, I'm gonna go hit in the pool. So right. So
Yeah, I was gonna say it's raining balls here, and I think it's supposed to
is it
rain
really?
for a while. Yeah, dude, it's fucking gross. I wasn't
Yeah,
planning
he
on
was
leaving the house
asking.
anyway, so
Yeah, he's
whatever.
like, you should take it from the pool just to piss him off. I was like, Dad, you can't make him that mad. He was giving you such a hard time. It was so
Jesus.
funny.
All right, let's get into this shit. So
Yeah,
Shinnecock,
man.
what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Like
It's I don't know if you've been able to watch
last
much of the
person to win it
coverage.
was last
Brooks
person to
Koepka.
win was it 2018 was the last one?
Yeah, Brooks Koepka. Yeah, he won in 2018, and then in 2004, Retief Goosen won. So this is the sixth time they've been there. So kind of a nerd situation. So the USGA, when they
Yeah.
were founded, right, they had 5 founding clubs. Shinnecock was one of the 5. It is the
Mm-hmm.
only course to host a major in 3 different centuries. So
Huh.
1869, like in the Corey Pavin won it in the 1900s, and then you've got Retief, and then Brooks have won the last 2. It is a massive property in Southampton, right? Obviously, so the Hamptons are massive, they're beautiful, it's crazy, but it's the most weirdest piece of earth. People describe it as like part of Scotland or Ireland broke off and floated to the States. Like, and if you see the
Really?
coverage, it's such a massive property. It's like
Yeah.
links at its like rugged finest is what a lot of people call it. I think people from the UK would probably beat me up for that, right? As I wear my Liverpool shirt, but they'd probably beat me up
Whatever.
for it. But it's that bumpy links where you could be in the middle of fairway and hit some knob and just go. But it's a grown man golf course. Okay, they've played the U.S. Open there.
These scores are insane.
It's nuts. So they've played it there. This will be the 6th time. There has been 3 people finish under par for the event there. 3. Phil Mickelson was one of them and happened to be behind the guy Retief Goosen that won in 04. So like it's
Yeah.
so hard and it's so windy and so firm. Like I love it. I love that it's gonna like Rory in 18 shot 80 in the first round.
Yeah.
So
Whoa, he
it's
shot 80 in round 1.
yeah. And
God.
to me, like the thing about it is the U.S. Open is supposed to be hard, right? And they've moved away a little bit from it being where it's the rough is super penal. Yes, the rough is penal, but it's not as penal as it used to be. But it can't be because it's so firm and so hard. These greens are so small. I got lucky and I talked to a real good buddy of mine who's played here before, and it's such a huge property. It's very undulated, right? People describe it as
Uh-huh.
St. Andrews and Augusta had a baby, right? Because
Jesus,
there's
man.
so much movement.
Okay, you said the greens are small or
Mm-hmm.
okay, so I was listening to that I was listening to VSiN and they said like you get penalized for missing a fucking fairway in a big way. Number 1. And then number 2 is your lag putting's got to be good because they said something about the greens being big,
So
but not huge, but
So I should say this differently. Okay, let me take my golfer hat off. They're not, from square footage wise, they're not what the normal person would call small. They are small areas of the greens that you have to hit to is where the pins are. So if a pin is back left, you might only have a 7x8 pace area to land the ball and have it stop. And so
okay, so you're talking like real golfer shit. I'm just talking about like getting this motherfucker on the green.
yeah, no,
You're
but
talking
if
about
you're on
getting
the
into an area of the green.
yeah, and that's why this golf course is what it is. You're playing to an area of a green. That's where the
Jesus
Augusta
Christ.
concept comes in. You have to play to an
Yeah.
area. Like you will see putts roll off the green into bunkers this week. I guarantee it. 11 would be a really good hole to watch because of that. Right, you're going to see a
Okay.
ton of three putts. You're going to see a ton of people struggling over 6-footers for par. You're going to see a lot of people trying to get up and down. A ton. Scrambling is going to be super key, but it's just a grown man
I was
golf
just going to
course,
say
which I love it.
scrambling is going to be it.
Yeah, that's probably your number 2 most important stat, right? Is a scrambling.
Okay.
So it's yeah, I'm excited, Jam, to be honest with you, because I love I love Augusta, right? Because it's gorgeous and it's fun and it's traditional and it can be a challenge at its core. But when you get to the U.S. Open and then the British, the course wins. The course just beats everybody up, right? And I love it. I love it. Like I like that it humanizes the world, right? Like we used to have this running thought when I was growing up in golf that a 5 handicap, like out in the world, couldn't go to the U.S. Open and break 100. That's a pretty decent statement because they're so
Jesus.
hard during the U.S. Open week that like you're gonna see guys that qualified shoot 2 rounds in the high 80s and miss the cut, like, and they're grown golfers, right? Like it's hard. So
This is
it'll be
this
fun.
is the NASCAR race that we were talking about. That is a fucking golf tournament.
Yeah,
But it's
and
just it's just from the jump. You're not waiting on a wreck. It is a wreck.
yeah, and it's managing like stopping the bleeding and managing your mistakes. So if you see guys that have really good scrambling and you're going to make bogeys. So bogey avoidance, quote unquote, isn't necessarily like a key stat because you're going to make bogeys, but it's scrambling, right? Like you just found a way.
Down, bump and run.
Yes. Yeah. You need to hit like obviously strokes gained approach, number 1, scrambling, number 2, driving accuracy, not total driving or driving accuracy. Those are your top 3 metrics, right? Because you are going to miss the green, like the best players in golf. So I think when Retief Goosen won in 2004, he hit for the week 35 out of 72 greens. You're a math guy. That's less than half for those taking notes at home. Yeah. Yeah.
And he won.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
With the lowest score ever at that golf course. Yes, he putted out of his mind. Okay, let's give Retief credit. And that's where like a real strong 6-foot putter is going to run train this week, right? But the golf course is so hard, it's going to make everybody turn into like feeble. Right? It's just how it works. People are going to, Friday afternoon press conferences are going to be gold. Popcorn. Like, get done watching the USA game and watch those press conferences come in, dude. People are going to be bitching and moaning. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It'll be the whole Wyndham kick a locker moment for 15 guys, right? It's great.
Huh. Let me the last thing you texted me was about weather. Hang on, about the weather. Where'd it go? The wind I know is the wind going to be an issue? That's what I'm.
Yeah. So specifically where this is, like, anybody in it that's a fan of the pod, if you spent time in the Hamptons, you can speak to this better than I can. But the wind in the Hamptons just controls a lot of stuff, right? They're close enough to the water that the wind has an impact, right? So the wind is supposed to be pretty impactful on Thursday and a little bit less impactful as it moves into the weekend. And Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be quite nice. However, it's known that as you get later into the week in the U.S. Open, it gets harder and harder because they can get closer to losing the golf course as the tournament comes to a close. Because after Sunday's done, this thing could be burnt to a crisp on Monday, and it's not their problem, right? Like,
you're right. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, they can save it 6 days later, and the members will be mad. No one cares, right? Well, they care, but they don't, right? And that's where this golf course and this specific tournament, they've had a lot of weird media over the last 25, 40 years, right? Because of losing the golf course due to moisture in the greens and the wind and controlling. And so the USGA is going to do a little bit to try to control that. But Thursday, like, because it's the first round and it's going to be windy, they're going to have it a little bit moist, but you're going to see some numbers. You're going to see, numbers that surprise a lot of people. I don't think... if in my head, if I was to throw a number down at 156 golfers, I bet you have less than 10 under par from Thursday.
On Thursday.
I think that'd be a great. I would think 10 or not. If I was to set a line for fun, and again, I'm not a handicapper. That's your job. I'm just the arm candy of the group, right? Like, I think if you did 9.5, that'd be an awesome number to see. I'd be curious if Vegas has this. How many people are under par after round one? And because 9.5 might actually be too high, right? I
Nine and a
mean,
half. Wow.
I think it'd be interesting to see how Thursday goes. Thursday will be the toughest day, and then Sunday, right? Just because of the wind. But the thing about it
Yeah.
is the USGA can control that because they can water it a bunch Wednesday night, and they can like syringe stuff where they put moisture into the actual tightness of the greens. But I don't
Right.
I don't know. It's completely up to them. They don't want bad press, but also they want a challenge. So we'll see. I think they love that it's at this golf course, and they're not coming back here for a little bit. So go get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they won't be back for what, 10 years?
So I just saw it the other day, and I don't think they're back for over 10 years because they have to repeat Pebble every 5 years and then Pinehurst every 5 or 6 because Pebble's they just do it. And then Pinehurst is actually an
That's just
anchor
Pebble,
site.
yeah.
It's an anchor site.
Okay.
It's the global headquarters of the USGA is there in Pinehurst. And so they host the US Open every 5 or 6 years regardless. It's just how it works. So they've got places like Marion and Oakland Hills and Riv out in LA, and they're going to host it over the next 10 years. Shinny's not actually back on there. Oakmont will be on there again. That'll be the 11th time that Oakmont hosts it, right? So
I was gonna say it's been there a lot. I do remember
a ton.
that.
Number one place, yeah, that it's been. It's been there 10
Okay.
times, most by 4. So I know we're given a lot more conversation than people probably expected about the golf course, but that's what a U.S. Open does, right? I mean, we did the
No,
same
but
for
it's
Augusta
important.
because yes,
Yeah.
it's 10 times more important than the golfer. Like recent results matters very little at this event because of the golf course, and that's not our normal conversation. So
No, and that was my next thing I was going to get to before. Well, first off, odds on favorite is fucking Scheffler, as always.
yeah, I mean,
Vegas
it's
is making a killing on people betting him to win.
yeah,
Because
why not?
he's teetering right there on the edge. But
He hasn't had
but my next question
the
was
greatest year.
my next question was equipment. Are there people out there tinkering with their equipment out there?
Yeah.
And along with communication with their caddies, like are they changing up? Like are they using different kinds of shots, wedges with less bounce? Are they using fucking custom fitting, less spin, more spin? What do they do that during practice rounds before a tournament like this?
Yeah, so honestly, oddly enough, Tommy Fleetwood had a terrific interview about this exact topic. And I was going to text you and the boys about it the other day. So he usually has sorry, not Tommy Fleetwood, but he mentioned Tommy Fleetwood. It was Adam Scott, who, by the way, remind me to tell you about Adam Scott here in a few minutes. He usually carries a 9-wood in his bag, and he's not afraid, but he has that out for a longer iron because of the need to keep the ball low, because as the ball gets up in the air, obviously it can carry, which is a win. But with the wind, it has more potential to go any direction. Whereas a 3-iron, it might not carry as far, but with how firm the fairways are going to be, think of it like a shovel pass. Shovel pass isn't pretty, but it's just really quick in one little like bowling alley. That's kind of like what a knuckly butter cut 3-iron is going to be. So like Rory. Okay. Rory's been doing a lot of work on high draws and low bullet cuts. So that concept of tweaking shots is really in their head this week because of the wind being an impact at this golf course. Like when you see the coverage, you're going to be like, where's the trees? Well, there are none. Sorry. Like this is how this works. Like it'll be so crisp. And there's 10 to 12 yards of rough on both sides of the fairway. And then fescue about the size of like gang. Like huge. Like you're not finding the golf ball. So it's
you miss a fairway, you're fucked up.
Yeah. So I think that's a really good question. I think because of the tight lies and things like that, you're going to see maybe guys tinker a little bit with wedge. Probably not because they're so good anyway. They'll save that for next month in Southport, but they'll definitely rethink shots off the tee. You might see people much more likely carrying a 2 or 3-iron, taking out those 7-wood, 9-woods that we've been kind of hearing a lot about because of the wind.
Right.
Which is counterproductive to what you think. Like, well, if the greens are firm, we need to get the ball up in the air to land. They're less worried about shots into greens as they are shots off the tee. Because if you're not in the fairway off the tee, it doesn't really matter what you're doing.
Right?
Yeah. So
fairways in regulation are fucking vital.
Yeah, I think driving accuracy, right? It's like that's that number. Like there's all sorts of stats around off the tee, right? But driving accuracy is one of the six main ones, and that number I'd love like people should look at that to kind of re-support any gut feelings they have, right? Because you don't have to have total driving or distance, like just in play is going to come in handy.
Mm-hmm. Just keep the motherfucker playable.
Yeah, it's that simple, right? And your number one guy on driving accuracy is Russell Henley. He's not a big
Who
hitter.
just won last week that you called correctly, yeah?
Yeah, he won. Yeah, he won 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and he's a Georgia Bulldog, right? Good player. Won the Stay Down there in Georgia twice. And so he's just a player. And so it's driving accuracy will be key. That's why kind of a sneak peek here. That's why I have him as kind of like a really good under the radar top 10, right? Russell Henley, because I think he maintaining off the tee and he's top in some of the scrambling numbers, right? So you combine the fact that he's gonna be have shots into the green more often than others, and when he doesn't hit it as well because he's farther back, he's good at scrambling. So he's ham and egg in that sandwich, right? And so I think, as you kind of think about, back to your question about how they might be tweaking things, I'd really think more off the tee than anything else. And that's why that's one of the three big stats, is driving accuracy.
Driving accuracy is going to be the key. So changing up your wedges and shit like that is not gonna.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't see why it would. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're so good off of tight lies. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. They're already get the ball in play, figure out the rest later, kind of, right?
Yeah. That's a good mindset.
Interesting. Caddies, what about? Because I know, like, when the season started, we were talking about, and you fucking called the shit unbelievably before this podcast was ever even in existence. I think it was Gotterup or it was somebody, and you said something about his relationship with his caddy and somebody else, and blah 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 blah. How important are caddy golfer relationships at a course like this? Because I've seen cats like Bubba Watson just be a complete dick to his caddy at times, and which is funny.
I'm
just curious.
Which is funny because Bubba Watson's old caddy is Scotty's caddy. And he can't wipe the smile from his face with the millions of dollars he's making. Yeah. So, right. Like he went from Bubba Watson to Scotty. So he's living a really nice life now. Right. Can you imagine being talked to by Bubba?
Say shit.
What an upgrade. Really good question. So to me, I think this week is important from a caddy's perspective for a couple different ways. One, as you'll appreciate this, the mental side. It's going to be draining. You're going to make mistakes. You need someone who can talk you off a cliff it's okay to be a professional golfer that made a mistake, that bogeys are going to happen. Right. And if you don't have that guy, you're going to get in your head and go bonkers. Right. Just as well as any other athlete, having been a college athlete, like if you get in your own head at free throws, right? Like for you, you're done. You're toast. They're going to foul you all day, dog. So I think conversation will be really important. I also think numbers. A caddy that can calculate like flighted shots and wind, because when they do the numbers, some players will want like just a number to the front, right? And then they'll do the math. But these guys are so close with their caddies, they'll talk about clubs and flights and things like that. And that's going to be important because there's going to be so much wind that you could flush it exactly how you want, and it wasn't the right decision. And so you're going to get unstable relationships on this golf course, right? I think some of these guys that have good relationships with their caddy will be very helpful. So like someone like a Jordan Spieth, his caddy, Michael Greller, talks him off the cliff all the time because Jordan kind of gets in his own head. That's a good component.
He's a little bit of a head case, yeah.
Yeah. Here's like a sneaky one, right? If I don't know if Hao Tung Lee is playing, but he had Gino Bonoli on his bag last week. And Gino, I might be a little biased. Gino's from Idaho, good, really good dude. But he used to caddy for Joel Damon, right? And so he's just a really good partner in crime. And so that kind of concept of having a partner in crime will be really, really helpful. I think Rory and his guy will do good. Scotty and his guy get along. I think I think that's interesting you bring it up because it's more vital this week than it normally would be. So
interesting. I'm trying to find what the fuck am I looking for? There it is. Jesus God, they got so many fucking bets. Hang on.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit too.
There we go. Finishes parlayable. No, I'm just looking for no, not matchups. You fucking fucks. Well, oh, there we go. No, tournament matchups. Either way, I'll find it eventually. I was trying to find top 10 finishes. They just got fucking do. Either way, next
Yeah.
Oh, what else did I have? I've got so many fucking questions. Do.
So sorry, just because you just mentioned this.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
So I was able to find this earlier. I was able to find top 5, top 10, top 20, top 40 bets.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm looking for here.
I do the top 40 bet. A top 40 bet is awesome. Only 60 plus ties make the cut, right? So like, dude, I've probably got 8 different top 40, 20, 10, 5 bets out there because I got some faith in some of these guys, these little sneakers, right? Like Russell Henley and
if they make the cut. So once they make the cut, you're kind of not in, but you're
close.
Good to go.
Yeah, Andrew Putnam, right? Like there's weird names you can get an edge, and that's all we're looking to do in this. From your guidance as a podcast, right? It's just a little edge, right? Bet 5 to make 12.
Just not much. Not asking for much.
No, right? And all of a sudden you do 5 of those bets and you win 3 of them. All of a sudden you're up like 1.5 units.
No, you're
awesome.
Up. Well,
yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Interesting. What about this is the one I had because my short game fucking sucks, but
it's better than it used to be.
Yeah, around those greens with the bunkers, fuck sand trap, fucking hate them. But like with the runoffs and the shit around the green, how do you what short game shots are like fucking vital are going to be vital at this course?
So you're gonna need to have off of a tight lie a little snip. One that has a big check. So you hit it almost, this is I'm gonna get a little golf. You almost kind of nip it like you're almost trying to heel it, and you're just catching the ball, and it's gonna fly with a little bit of force, but it one hops and checks. That's a shot that would be great to have, but it's really hard when the greens are this firm. So I think a lot of guys that have the potential to just kind of dead hand a ball out that just kind of trundles, which means it just kind of like comes out and kind of knuckles. That's going to be important. You're not going to see a lot of, I don't think flops are really going to be very big because the lies are too tight or you're out of a festive. Right. I think you've got to be able to bounce it.
What club for those?
So it depends. So you'll see some guys will hit some of these knuckly bump and runs with like a 52. Some are a little bit more gifted than like myself, and they'll do like an 8 iron, right? But it just gets the ball down, and you almost think of it like playing ping pong, and you're trying to, and you're backhanding it, right? All you're doing is just getting that lead hand at the ball, and it just kind of 1-2 gets the ball there. You're going to see a lot of creativity to try to save face because they're going to miss a lot of greens, and they're going to have almost impossible, and you're going to hit a lot of guys be happy to be 10 to 15 feet away for par when they do that.
Damn. This course is going to kick their fucking ass.
It's going to be brutal. And the only thing I hope they don't do is overwater it so that they don't piss off the media. I hope they don't care about the media and they just play Shinnecock and they just say,
play golf, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want the course to be worried about the public image and the riffraff. Who cares? Do what you want. It's there. Make it a test.
Ball out. Yeah, exactly. Like this seems like a tournament, I should say, that like, I don't know, man. Like, not saying you can't take it too seriously because it's a fucking major. You got to take it seriously, but you can't get down on yourself for having a fucking bad round, or you're gonna be like I stole it from you, but you can't become a mental midget.
Yeah. No, it's one of the best ways to think about a U.S. Open like this is you've got to be okay with just like making mistakes. You just let the water roll off your back, right? Like if you can't handle mistakes, this is not the tournament for you. Like it's gonna show all of your weakness to the world, right? Like you got to be okay with being inhuman. So. You know what I mean?
So we're fading Jordan Spieth. I'm kidding, but
oddly enough, he won it. One of the probably most controversial setups in the last 25 years, right? When he won his U.S. Open, right? So
which one was at Chambers, by the way?
Chambers Bay in Seattle. Tacoma. Sorry,
I don't even remember that one.
Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, it was a while ago, but yeah, this is a mental test because of mistakes, not a mental test because of the weather, which is what next month will be, right? That's why I like the change in this schedule, because the last two
I
majors
love
are
this. I
like
love the schedule. Yeah.
burn like let's burn out the professionals. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, it's carnage,
No,
right? Like,
and this is like you're getting late into the season, you're getting around championship time, you're going to be
yeah.
tired. That's just the way it is. So I've watched you when we've played together before, like your routine for putting and shit like that. How do you go about? Yeah, have you played Shinnecock?
I have not. No, I have not. I have not played
Okay.
up there.
Okay, but I mean, I know you know enough about it. I wasn't sure if you had played it or not or whatever. I mean, that's that's above my fucking pay grade. But how do you reading greens? Talk me through it at a course like this. Reading these fucking greens, because for all intents and purposes, for everything I know, which is little about these greens, it's if you got to land it in a 7 to 10 foot fucking range of the hole, hoping, and then you've got a fucking putt. But let's say you leave it outside of that fucking range and the fucker rolls to the front of the, like, what? How do you read this shit?
So you would spend quite a bit of time, or a little bit more time than normal, before the round lag putting, hitting a lot of 35 to 50 footers to understand the pace
Just
of
to get
the
it there.
yeah, and you look at grain and time of day, right? So I think when you miss and you're in the wrong sections, I think your entire goal is, like a 5-foot circle over and over and over again, like a hula hoop. We used to do this in practice. We'd put a hula hoop around the hole, right? And if really far away and you get it inside the hula hoop, that's good, right? Because you're
Right.
gonna have those are gonna happen, but you can reduce
Yeah.
3 putts a little bit if you try to do that. I think for me, when you're trying to think about those putts, it's the hole's not really there. You're just kind of getting the ball that direction, aiming for a proximity. And that's such a different mindset than a 15 footer that you're hitting left edge trying to make, right? So your technique is very similar, but your mindset is different. So at least for me,
Because you're just
again,
trying to
I
get
don't.
it close.
Yeah, you're just trying not to make too much of a mistake, right? So, yeah. So I think it'll be interesting to see how some of these guys manage the stress of that.
All right. Last one before we get into the gambling side of this shit, because gambling. Um what so I've seen you on weekends before you're about to play like a big money match, and like you and Irish played and won. What was that, last week, 2 weeks ago you guys won?
Yeah, last Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. How, well, I know you were playing with him, but if you're going to a tournament like solo, a money tournament you're about to play in, what's your mindset? Like, I know you go to range during the week, you get there super early. Like, what's Dr. Tater Nuts' routine getting ready for a big tournament that he wants to show some people who the fuck he is and he wants to win the motherfucker?
Yeah, so I think, I'll spend a little bit more time at the range going into those weeks, right? But I'll spend a lot more time chipping and putting than I normally do, right? And I think that's one of two things. One, it's good for just to spend more time in your short game, but also, and this sounds very intimate, it gets you one with the golf course a little bit more because you're slow and you're around the hole. You're spending more time doing little intimate movements, whereas hitting range balls, you're just pounding the golf ball, right? So I would trend that direction, a lot more putting and chipping. Like, if I'm going to a big event like this, right? Like if I was prepping for a state am, or if I was prepping for like a US Open qualifier, or like back in college, right? Just I do a lot more mental rest, get my feet up a lot more. These guys have to hydrate because of the heat. I would definitely they have so many amazing things there from like their therapists that like they take care of their body so much more. Like Rory's in the gym 3 hours before he tees off, getting his body ready, right? That was never something we tried to do, right? He gets a lift in to get his body going before he plays, right? That's bonkers. So from a preparation,
wait. He gets a lift in before
so
the round?
I've seen videos of him. He'll do like calisthenics and plyo work and stretching and full like squats with like not like a front squat or back squat, but like the rack you hold around your body to kind of work on and get his glutes firing and get his legs going. It's not like a drastic hard workout, but it's enough to get going. Like, to me, that wear me out. Like I wouldn't do that. That'd wear me out. But also think about this. Think about how much practice Kobe used to do before practice.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's got it. Yep, that's fair.
Right? I mean, there's the great ones all look weird until they're the greatest of all time.
And they
Right?
do crazy
So
fucking shit where you're just like,
yeah.
did this motherfucker just stay for an hour after a basketball game and
Yeah.
do a shoot
Ice
around?
bags on his knees at breakfast at 5 because he's already got one workout in before you got there. Right?
Yeah, or somebody finishing a round of 18 in 90-degree heat, but guess where the first place they go is right back to the range.
Yeah. Yeah. And he did that. Roy
Damn.
did that. I think Roy did that at the PGA, and he hit like 95 minutes or 100 minutes worth of range balls after the round, and it was like 80% driver. That's crazy. Like I'm tired thinking about it. So these guys are just specimens, right? But they do their best. They have a good diet. They do a lot of rest. I think the difficulty of the walk is Augusta-esque, and there's heat. So they'll do as much as they can to stay hydrated. You'll see a lot of like powders that they'll put in their water and shake it up and drink it, like a liquid IV electrolyte mix.
Yeah. Just to stay.
Little granola snacks, right? You'll see a lot more snacks every like within the round, right?
Have a
but in terms of like
a motherfucking glizzy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're not gonna see a lot of glizzy going down to the turn.
Got glizzy at the turn. Next thing you know, he's in a fucking porta potty. He can't finish around. Fuck.
Yeah, no, it's
right.
it's interesting. I'm excited to see how. I mean, these guys are such athletes. It'd be cool to do a retrospective of how these guys prep for this versus like a regular week, because it's so much more of a big deal. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, this is so. Thank God I finally found top 40, top 30, top 20, top 10 on one, and then on another book I've got top 5, 10, and 20 on the other. So tell me who you got. You want to go top down, bottom up?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the OG bets. So when we did the preseason bets up at Hera that you did for me, right? I forgot.
Oh my God, I forget. Who'd you have?
Yeah. So I've got Brooksy, and I've got Mike's brother Shane Lowry getting a W. So I got both of these boys. I got both of these guys at spend 10, make 500. Right. So
yeah, no. Hang on, let me find it. I'm trying to find the odds now. Fuck. Yeah, Brooksy, you are fucking $8 ahead of the market because you got it at 50 to 1, right?
Yeah, I did. So
yeah, it's
that's
42
helpful.
now. And who's the other one?
Shane Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
Let me find old Shane O'Mac. Where'd he go? There he is. Okay, so one went one way, one went the other. So Shane's at 58 to 1, Brooksy's down to 42 to 1. But I mean, that Brooksy bet's a good bet.
Yeah, and I actually like. Brooksy won here last time too. Shane played good here in 18. Also, the wind gets bad. Shane is known for playing terrific hard golf course as well, including high wind situations. So, if Shinnecock rears its head, the only thing he's got to do is maintain his chill. Right. And I think he does. After he won at Portrush, I think he kind of turned a little bit, and he won with Rory a couple of years ago. I think he's much more chill than he used to be. Right. But yeah, so those are my paper took into the window, ones that I always want to start my bets with. Yeah.
Also I'm full of shit. The odds have gotten better. Fucking all right. So you got Shane Lowry at 50 to 1. He is now right at 58 to 1. And then Brooksy is now fucking 66 to 1. But I think they're moving these numbers. Everybody.
Oh, it went the other way?
Yeah, it went the other way. Weirdly, on this one book. Hang on, let me find another one. Well, on Bovada might be different, but yeah, it went the other way. But this is like a one's a prediction market and one's Bovada. So which is a big fucking difference. Hang on, I'll find it right now. Through the magic of editing, they won't have to listen to me pause and do this shit. But where are you, Brooksy? On Bovada. Jesus. No, yeah, okay, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, no, he did go the other way on Bovada. He's 45 to 1 on Bovada.
Yeah, I'd be like, but on this, I'd be surprised if you.
But on Novig, you can get him at 66 to 1. That is wild. That is a big fucking swing. And then who was the other one? Brooksy and
Shane Lowry.
Lowry. Yeah. Which way did he go? Fucking hey, dude. That's a 20. Oh, this book is so square. They do not give good odds at Bovada.
This isn't
Jesus
Costa Rica,
Christ.
baby.
No, god damn, that is wild to find that on this. These prediction markets are fucking taking over, dude. They
Yeah,
really are
that's
because the odds are just so good.
it's
But
interesting that
anyway,
you say that.
outside,
So like,
okay,
sorry, it's interesting that you say that to give you a little bit of to bring it back to the core of why people get to listen to you every day. Like the fact that you're seeing how manipulative these numbers are.
oh shit. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear that we have lost Dr. Rowdy James Hope. I'm going to try to get him back. Hold for me, please. I don't know what to do. Rowdy, are you there? Oh, son of a bitch. What the fuck? Oh, wait, there you are. Hey, you're back. You
Yeah,
back? Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. We had
Cool.
an Amber Alert here, so it must have just shut off anything that
Oh
my
shit.
phone was doing. Yeah. So and
Who
it's not
stole a
me,
fucking
and it's
potato?
not Dad. So we're yeah, someone stole the potato, the
Oh, the
OG,
one fucking potato. We the
the
goddamn OG potato in this
the
motherfucker.
OP himself.
All right. The OP. All right. Let me see. Let's go. All right. So who do you this fucking top 40 thing is fascinating to me.
Dude, it's I could have 14 $3 bets and love it. Like it's a blast. It's awesome. But then it's
So who
almost
are your
like
long shot?
betting.
Who are your top 40 long shots?
So I think let me see if I can do this while I'm on the camera because I've got them on the app back here, but I don't know. Okay, can you still see me?
Nope. Which
Okay.
whatever, it doesn't matter. If
Okay.
dude, if you're able to work this fucking app better than I am, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, can you hear me though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, all right. So they don't care about seeing me that much right now while I'm looking at something. So let me give you a couple names while I'm pulling those up. So you've got okay, here we go. Okay. So couple good ones here. So Tyrrell Hatton, top 20 finish.
Top 20. Okay.
Yep. Bet 5 to make 17.
Let me find him here. What book are you looking at? Kalshi? Okay, hang on. I'm on fucking shit Bovada. Fuck that. I'll go to Novik. And you said top 20.
Yeah, I did Tyrrell because the reason while you're looking at the reason I like that is he likes to like yes, he has a horrible attitude sometimes, right? But he likes to find a way to beat a golf course.
Wow, yeah.
And so I kind of enjoy the fact that he doesn't want to get beat by a golf course and he'll be like, "You know what? No, screw this golf course. I'm going to find a way to beat it." Like he'll go one way or the other.
Did you have?
I got let's see, it'd be plus 2. It was bet 5 to make 17. So what's that? Plus 240?
Fucking Kalshi. They got God damn, they got way better odds than fucking Novik. God damn, Kalshi. All right.
Right, I was close on that, right? Plus 240, right?
I'm on Novik, which has him at plus 191, which means some sharp money is on your side on that, and fucking that is wild.
Well, actually, okay, let's see here, because if I bet 5 to make 17, then that would be actually no, that'd be more than that. That'd be plus 240, give or take, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I like him on a top 20. I think he's good. Like a little sneaky one for you.
Yeah, 207, man.
Yeah. And then like one other sneaky one that is you're gonna say who? Andrew Putnam. Okay. Putnam, Andrew Putnam for a top 20. Yeah. And
you said for a top 20?
And let me give you my reasons why. Okay. He is currently.
I need to write this shit down too, so I can.
He's currently in several top numbers for scrambling, including scrambling from 30 yards, which is a very weird number. But guess what?
That matters here, though.
Yeah. So you have to chip out. You have to do something. Cool, got it. But I like him as from a scrambling perspective. Okay.
Yeah. This is This is one of those names that's gonna be fun to find. Fuck.
Yeah. But then, he's got a couple. His driving accuracy percentage is good, right? Which I think is key. He's fourth in driving accuracy percentage, and then you add the fact that he's one of the scramble leaders. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense on this course.
Yeah, him and Russell Henley are kind of like in parallel with this same bet. So that's why I think a top 20.
Ooh, he's 6-1.
Yeah, and the reason I like the Andrew Putnam is I bet 5 to make 29.50, right?
Yeah.
But then if I go Russell Henley, I was a little bit more aggressive, and I made him a top 10, which was 5 to make 19. But I like both of these guys, and however much you want to bite off, you could do top 40 and not make as much. You could do top 20 top 20 is about what you need to do with Putnam. I wouldn't go any higher. Russell Henley has the potential to really shake up this. I think shake up this leaderboard.
Kalshi's got 573, but Bovada's got him at 6-1. That's fucking fantastic odds, man.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with those guys. I love their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are 2 top 20 guys. Another guy I've been on all year, right? And you're probably getting sick of hearing it, but he finished second last week. No one gave him any information in Canada. Matt Fitzpatrick, top 20, right? He had a terrific press conference yesterday that really got into the fact of like, if it's hard, okay, it's supposed to be hard. There's still a way to make par. Figure it out, golfers. Like, he took the golf course side. It was great.
Well,
And
that's why you don't get mad at the golf course, bro. Like, you knew what you were signing up for.
And he's having a hell of a year. Like, he's really made a ton of money. He's the 4th best player in the world, right? He won with his brother. He's high performed in multiple events. You know, he hasn't had his most amazing majors, but he's been great nonetheless. He's won a signature event, right? So I like him for another one. You know, I like our boy.
He's juiced to the might need to
To
look
the
at him
gills.
for top 10. It's minus 110 like normal odds, or minus 112 on Kalshi. But I mean, that's one of those. Oh wait, do. You can get him top 10 for plus 190, but that's kind of stretching it.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't think the profit's worth it.
Yeah, no, it's not worth the risk. Like at top 20, yeah, I would put, as opposed to a $5 on a plus odds guy, I'd put 11 to win 10 on that, because a top 20 finish for him is going to be, I just think it's in the cards.
No, well, yeah, 100%. Like, if it's not, then I'd be surprised. So.
Right. Okay.
And then I think one other, just because you're talking more about long shots, another kind of outside the box name, and then I can tell you more of the known names, is a top 40 finisher out of Daniel Berger. Berger.
Oh, I know Berger.
Old Boogs, baby. Good old Boogs.
He was making noise at Augusta a few years back.
Yeah, and he was making noise this year and just ended up getting beat. It happens, but he plays, and this phrase comes out of me quite often. I should watch it, but he plays hard golf course as well. So, I have him as a top 40 finisher. Okay, bet 5 to make 1440. That's can't really complain about those kind of numbers to me. A top 40 finish, and I'm still getting almost 2 full units on top of what I'm risking.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on goddamn stupid Apple Pencil fucker. Hang on a second.
yeah, you're good.
Show keyboard, you son of a bitch. 5. Woo. You said 5 to win what?
There's 5 to make 14 in a top 40 bet.
Yeah, no, that's why fucking Bovada, man. Trash ass book. Hey, there's your face.
Yeah. I figured you were getting sick of talking to the screen.
Where's the fucking Daniel Berger? Burger.
Yeah, Boogs. Boogs is he maintains chill. I also really love his short game. I just think he's under the radar. If he gets enough skull in his lip, dude, he'll chill. He'll be just fine.
Interesting. I can't find his odds on Kalshi right now. Bovada has shit odds. 5 to win 8. Burger. Where are you, sir? Either way, so Berger for top 40. I'm just gonna write it down because I'll find it later.
Yeah.
And let's get
so it's like, let me just repeat some of those names. So keep an eye out on Berger. Keep an eye out. Look at some numbers on Putnam and some numbers on Hatton on either top 20 or 40s. And then you got guys like Matt Fitzpatrick, Tommy Fleetwood, and Russell Henley that you should consider for a 10 or a top 20. So gives you a little rundown of just a couple options there. Oddly enough, I did a couple. They won't make the top 20 or they won't make the top 40, but I don't feel like talking about those ones because that are negative. So I'm going to stay away from those on the pod. So,
but what about? Let me see. All right, so they always offer the option. Scotty's 6 to 1 to win the whole fucking thing. I don't think that's. I'm not going to say I don't think it's warranted. I just don't
if you won to put
he's favored to win every tournament,
and he's gonna be because he's so good, right? Awesome, but guess what?
Yeah, he is that good.
He hasn't had the best year. It's all relative, right? Also, it sounds small. This is his first attempt at the Grand Slam. He's gonna hear questions about that all week. Okay, I think that those little things add up. But the thing that will be Scotty's, if Scotty's chipping is in good stance, he's going to be a threat. So
because his short game is fucking.
it's good. It's good,
Yeah.
but it's he can, if he has another temper tantrum like he had 2 weeks ago, then I don't know.
Yeah, he's like a little baby.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I just
when
don't.
when you're that good, I guess getting frustrated is kind of part of the
Yeah.
process. Yeah,
I would never put money on him just because there's no profit, right? Like if it's a
Yeah,
$2 or
at
$3
6 to 1,
$3
it's not
bet for
worth it.
fun, then cool. But like you're not going to
Yeah,
put
you
20
got- I
on him to
mean,
win. That's stupid.
No, I mean, if that's your one bet, then cool. But if you want to take your 20 or $40 and stretch it out and actually try to
Yeah.
make some profit, the way I think to go is a Tyrrell Hatton top 20, Andrew Putnam
Mhm.
top 20, Daniel Berger top 40, Matt Fitzpatrick for a little more for a top. Man, I'm that 2 to 1 on Matt Fitzpatrick for a top 10 is tempting, but
Yeah.
the smart play would just take the top 20 where it's a safer more
Yeah, with
positive
very
easy
little,
bet.
like you're right, yeah, and those bets. That's a really awesome lineup if you think about diversifying your your bets here, right?
Yes,
Scotty's
and
that
that's
like
what literally you took
Yeah.
the words out of my mouth. Yes,
Yeah, like Scotty's he's your 2020 your 2055 investment portfolio that's going to get you 3 to 4% over the next 25 years, and you're happy, right? Like, but
Yep.
that's not what you're looking to do if you only have $20
He's
you
a
want to
set it
spread
and
it.
forget it.
Yeah.
Yep. Interesting. You said Russell Henley. You like Russell
I like-
Henley top
I
10,
do.
top 20, top
10. I think you can be aggressive with Russell for a 10. I love the number. I have him as a 10. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I think, if you want to be less aggressive, you can go 20, but I think you can do a 10 with him. You could maybe do a 10 with Fleetwood too. You can pump that down. I'm more confident in Henley than I am in Fleetwood when I think about a 10. If I had to pick.
He's 3 to 1 top 10. He's plus 150 for top 20.
Yeah, so why not
What do you
bet the top 10? It's you're going to make twice the money, right?
Yeah, it's plus 320. All right. All right, so I got Putnam at 6 to 1. Fitzpatrick odds are tip top. I mean, it's minus 115 for a top 20. Russell Henley at 3 to 1 for top 10. Fuck, I lost.
Okay.
I'm finding our homeboy, Mr. Putnam.
Andrew. Yeah, that's a good one for.
Yeah, I'm finding Andrew. Yeah, I'm gonna put Andrew Putnam in the top 40.
Mhm.
As soon as I find it, I got it written down. And who else you got? Because that's 4. God damn it! Every time I get on this thing with you, I'm like, I'm not going to do that many bets. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you just stick with,
it's just so much fun.
Right, you can do your Berger Putnam 40 or top 40s, but then you got Tommy Fleetwood as a top 20, Matt Fitzpatrick as a top 10, Russell Henley as a top 10. Right, I think those are the guys. Andrew Putnam as your other top 40. You could probably get away moving Putnam to a top 20. That's technically what I have him at. I'm a little aggressive on the Andrew Putnam train. But I think.
But yeah, no, that's what I got him. I got Putnam at 6 to 1 for top 20. That's a great. I think that's a great fucking long shot.
Yeah, and then Tyrrell Hatton at 20, Putnam at 20, Fitzpatrick at 20. I think you can do all of these guys. Fleetwood at 20. Russell Henley is probably the one out of all these guys I've just mentioned, because I've got these 6 guys I've been talking about. Russell Henley is the one I do a top 10, but then you'd go Tommy Fleetwood and Matt Fitzpatrick as a comfy 20, and then you probably throw Tyrrell in there, and then Andrew Putnam because I'm being aggressive, but then you do Berger, as a top 40, and then you just kind of.
That's 6 really good fucking. I think that's 6 really good fucking bets.
Yeah, and you can go as aggressive as you want to. One thing I would say is I wouldn't take anybody but like Henley for a top 10, maybe Fitzpatrick. Everybody else, Fleetwood's the only other guy. Every other guy cannot go in a top 10. You could take everybody else at top 20 and have a profit margin, or you can come down bring Putnam down, bring Berger down to 40. And I like those guys down there. You're getting a little aggressive, right? I might have went a little aggressive, right? And I think you get this. My degen tendencies on this shoulder, and then my brain's on the other.
No, it happens, bro. I'm not. Look, I don't give a fuck because look, this is fucking fun. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not like. There's a podcast out there called Long Shots, and those guys have fucking golf models that put all this shit together. Like, I'm not doing all that, man. Look,
No.
I'm gonna talk to you, see what you have to say, and then I'm gonna fucking bet it. And I'm gonna yell at you when it doesn't win and call you a piece of shit because that's what I'm
Right.
gonna do.
Right, which is fine.
You fucking suck.
But I think oddly enough, I did more simple bets on these ones to
Yeah.
feel like we're kind of going with a comfortable feeling. Like I think a lot of the times when we do the like round versus round, like over 70.5 or like
That's
the head-to-heads
tough.
on we're gonna lose more often than we want and have less fun. Whereas you do this, you watch the whole tournament, you get
Exactly.
two of these guys out. You paid for the 6 bets. If you get
Yep.
two.
If you get 2 out of the 6, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Question.
So yeah.
I'm trying to find these odds for this. They always have this every tournament where Scott, Scheffler's the odds on favorite. Winner without Scheffler.
Yep.
Who do you think? And that's tough because I'm asking you for an outright in literally a car crash of a tournament.
You know what? Cameron Young.
Yeah.
And I haven't mentioned him at all because there's a very emotional factor about Cameron Young. He's from New York. His dad's a head pro up there in New York. If he won a week after the Knicks winning the entire city the whole city would blow up, right? Derek Jeter would come out of retirement and we wouldn't know what to do, right? Like if I had to just say someone who wasn't, because I love Rory, but I don't want to put the money on him, and then I don't. Then you got to go, okay, is it Fitzpatrick? Is it Brooks? Is it Fleetwood? Well, it's hard to bet on Brooks because he doesn't have a lot of the numbers because he doesn't play on tour full time. Okay. Right. I still love him, right? And I still love Lowry, hence why I got the 2 papers on him. But if I had to be strong, Cameron Young, $5 out of on that one unit. Yeah, why not?
16 to 1.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm throwing it on there.
$80? Get out of here.
Cam Young, I'm throwing it in there.
That's a good one for the anybody but Scotty for a unit.
Yeah,
for a unit. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm doing that. That is a done fucking deal. All right, so I got to get this.
That's awesome. What a bet. Yep. That's a great bet.
Yeah, Cam Young, 16. I didn't know he was from New York. See, this is information you get on this podcast, people. That and his hair.
Yeah, his dad. Yeah. By the way, I haven't got the Idaho cut yet, but it's on. It's happening. I have to put
down.
I have to put the hat on for the end of it, right?
So no worry this tournament for you, huh?
You know what? If he does, that's awesome.
I see the value.
That's awesome. He's only won 1 U.S. Open.
That's what I'm saying, and I just don't see. I don't see the value even without Scotty. He's 10 to 1. Going head to head with Scotty, he's 14 to 1.
Yeah.
Cam Young at 16 to 1 is the one I think that's worth
So as a fan, I love it. Cool. But as a person talking about it and as a person gambling on it, I don't. And that's fine. Like, that's how it works. Like, not everybody betted on Tom Brady and the Patriots to win for a 10-year span because it was not worth the money.
Yep.
Right. And
it just is what it is. Yeah. This is a money play. The whole point of this thing is to try to make a little bit of coin.
Yeah. You check your emotions out. Right. And if we want to talk about just being a fan and who you'd like to see, I'd love to see fucking Tiger come out of rehab and win. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Please stay in rehab, Tiger. Get your shit together. Hey, you said at the beginning of the pod, you said Minwoo Lee?
No, Hao Tung Lee was a name that I had mentioned because I really like his caddy relationship last week, but I don't know if that's his new full-time caddy, and I don't know if Hao Tung's playing.
God bless you. Who?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, I'm fucking about. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. It's not. I'm not even gonna say that. Never mind. Jesus Christ.
People ask the questions.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna run back through this shit. So Matthew Fitzpatrick, top 10 safe play, top 20 if you're feeling froggy. Tyrrell Hatton, same thing, top 10 if you're for a safe play. Top 20 for a safe play, top 10 if you're feeling froggy.
Yep.
Andrew Putnam. Did you say top 20 or top 40 for him?
I'd say I'm a little heavy on the Putnam.
Oh no, I got the top 20 at 6 to 1, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's a great bet. I love it.
Top 20 at 6 to 1. And then Bergsy, top 40.
Mm-hmm.
I lost his odds, but it was I think it was fucking 3 to 1 or some shit like that.
It's good.
Yep. Henley, top 10, top 20, same thing.
Yeah,
based on your risk tolerance.
Yeah, I like taking more of a risk on Henley out of all the names we mentioned. So I'd hop if I had to hop a guy into the 10.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got it in the card. Russell Henley top 10 at 3 to 1.
Yep.
And Tommy Fleetwood top 20. Fleetwood always up to no good. And then Cam Young to win without Scotty Scheffler at 16-1.
Yeah, and I mean, any of those guys
I'm
that
on that.
Yeah, any of those guys that we mentioned at top 20, if you want to get froggy and do 10, cool. But I would only pull Russell Henley up in that 10 just because the profit margins aren't there. Even though
Gotcha.
Fleetwood played great last time, I still like the 20, right? Like, because if your top 20 still makes you 2.5 units on top of what you risked, why not just put a bunch of dudes there? Why not? Like if they happen to be top,
it's all plus money.
yeah, if they happen to be top 10, you can't
yeah.
kick yourself in the butt if Tommy Fleetwood gets 6th and you only bet him to get top 20. He still got top 20. It's still a win.
Yeah, it's still a fucking win. All right,
Yes.
cool, man. Well, when are you back in the A? You said next Tuesday?
Yeah, I'll be back next Tuesday, so I'll be here with the pops.
Your sister coming up?
No, she's down in Dallas with the fam.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's just me and Dad, but Wyatt will be here, so we'll be here
Grown-ass man.
Yeah, grown-ass man is right. So yeah, we will be here just doing our thing, and then I'm gonna cook them steak tonight, and then we're gonna call it good.
All right, man. Well, I'll see you when you get back in town, man. And we're gonna be.
All right, man.
We'll be texting this weekend during the tournament. All right, man. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, man. Love you. Bye.
All right, love you. Bye. And